Bookish friends, welcome to another installment of From Pages to Screen. Since February is historathon time, I'm joining historathon, although with a few books. I want to talk about one of my favorite historical fiction books and its adaptation. Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, and its 2007 adaptation. First of all, I did not know this book had an adaptation. I recently saw a video on Jeremy Fee's channel, and he talked about the book and its adaptation. After his praises about both the book and the adaptation, it was inevitable that I would have to watch this adaptation as well. Kite Runner is the first novel by Afghan-American author Khaled Hosseini. It was published in 2003. It tells the story of Amir, a young boy from Wazir Akbar Khan district of Kabul. It starts with Amir's friendship with Hassan, the son of the servant, and then Amir and his father has to leave Afghanistan because of his opposing views about the communist and the new Soviet regime. The story is then set against the backdrop of very significant events from the fall of Afghanistan's monarchy through the Soviet military intervention, the exodus of refugees to Pakistan and United States, and the rise of the Taliban regime in Afghanistan. First of all, this book is one of the books that I've cried the most in my life. It's certainly not for the faint of heart. There are trigger warnings concerning child abuse and rape, but the fact that it was so emotional and the characters were defined so realistically, and the fact that it was told from the point of view of Amir, both as a child and as an adult, made the experience much more emotional. That's why it's one of my favorite historical fiction books. And I have an anecdote about reading this book. I was reading this book when my hair was being dyed, and I was waiting for it to settle and to dry. Then I started reading this book, and then because it was so emotional and so heartbreaking, tears started to drop from my eyes, and the hairdresser was panicked that there was something wrong with my hair, and maybe I was in pain, or maybe I didn't like the end result. I don't know. He was so panicked, and he gave me a big glass of water when I said that I was reading a book, and it was very emotional. Fortunately, he was a reader as well and understood me. So overall, I love this historical fiction book, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars when I read it. And 4 years after its publication, The Kite Runner was adapted as a motion picture, starring Khalid Abdallah as Amir, Humayun Ersadi as Baba, the father, and Ahmet Khan Mahmudzada as Hassan. It was produced in 2007. It was directed by Mark Foster and with a screenplay by David Benioff. The movie won numerous awards and was nominated for an Academy Award, the BAFTA Film Award, and the Critics' Choice Awards in 2008. The depiction of ethnic tensions and the controversial scenes involving children drew outrage in Afghanistan. I'm really surprised that I didn't know about this adaptation, because it seemed to have caused so many controversies. Anyway, I watched it, and now I'm going to compare the book with its adaptation. In From Pages to Screen, I compared the adaptations with its original source according to 4 criteria: faithfulness to the book, casting choices, acting quality, and my IMDb rating. For faithfulness to the book, because it was a movie, they had to cut out some of the parts, especially regarding the childhood in Afghanistan. On the other hand, the parts that they kept were the most significant events in Amir's lifetime. I will give it a check regarding its faithfulness to the original work. For casting choices, actors and the actresses were chosen faithful to their ethnic and racial origins. The ages, especially the child actors, were chosen in the right age, which actually caused a lot of controversy, but I think that really enhanced the dramatic side of the movie. For acting quality, I cried a lot in this movie as well. So the actors did a wonderful job. I especially liked the acting of the actor who played Baba, the father. I could sense his love even when he was cool to his son, because he wanted his son to be strong. And lastly, I gave the movie an 8 out of 10. It was very good, it was very emotional. As I've said before, I cried a lot. But the magic of seeing all of these things in Afghanistan from a child's point of view added a wonderful final touch to the book. Although the cinematography was excellent in those scenes, that little extra taste was not present in the movie. So that's why I took out a point from the adaptation. But it was really good nevertheless. So if you're not triggered by physical, verbal or sexual abuse towards children, I would strongly advise you to read this book. But you might need handkerchiefs, not one handkerchief, more than one handkerchiefs, while reading the book and also watching the movie. But it's one of the best historical fictions that I have read, as I've said before. Please comment down below, have you read The Kite Runner or watched its adaptation, and what did you think about them? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye! As for Turkish word of the day, I chose kite as word of the day. Kite means uçurtma in Turkish, and uçurtma is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.